Hey guys, welcome back to Movies Tomorrow, your number one source for movie news. I'm Candace Miller. Everyone's been talking about the new summer blockbuster, The Paper, starring Sean Costello from last summer's Deep Dark Pit 2, The Awakening, and co-starring 137573, an artificial acting machine. This week I sat down with the stars of the surreal spooky comedy to get their take on the film. Thank you so much for being with me today. Today we have Sean and 137.
Always a pleasure to be here, Candace.
Hey Candace, it's great to be on your show.
Awesome. Alright, we'll get right into it. How was it working with your co-star?
Well, 13-7 is always fun to work with. I had my doubts about working with these new experimental AI machines, but they can act, let me tell you.
I'm not used to working with amateurs, so when I heard I had to put my talents to work with a human actor, well, I was very concerned. I mean, Sean tries his best, but the amount of human error that went into his performance, well, it could be a little annoying.
137.
I can tell you guys have a fun dynamic. So 137, what was your acting background as a computer?
Well, I was the first computer to make it into Juilliard and ended up graduating as the valedictorian in my graduating class. I guess you could say that it's all in my programming.
Wow, that's really impressive. So what was it like putting the whole film together?
Oh, it was great. It was a challenge. We have a lot of working parts in this particular production, but I had a really great cast and crew, and it all came together in the end, and I hope the audience will tell me when they go see it.
To be honest, it was a mixture of draining and exhilarating. I would go into every filming day with a full battery and leave at almost 20%. But despite this, I can't say this film was one of my favorite pieces I've worked on.
Oh, that's great. Did you guys have fun making this film?
I had a lot of fun. Yeah, really, the challenge of working with all of these new technologies and getting everything together started to become a daunting task, but once we got the ball rolling, I really enjoyed this production in particular. Yeah.
Well, I haven't installed fun yet. I've been too busy, but I'm sure I'll get to it.
So what was the biggest challenge in acting?
Probably, well, it's either having to direct at the same time or having to move around so dynamically. So, like I said, so many things were working in tandem on this particular production. But I think, yeah, it was directing at the same time.
I gotta say, it was probably having that crazy voice. Accents can be really hard.
Alright, so how would you describe your coworker?
Well, she's amazing. State-of-the-art technology here. And she's super pleasant to work with sometimes. But you do have the occasional breakdown, or I think perhaps she got the diva preset from the factory.
Sean can be emotional and exaggerate quite a bit.
Yeah, I can.
So what was your favorite scene?
Oh, well, that's definitely the scene where Jerry, myself, is trapped inside the computer. That took a lot of research to get right, but the film effects we employed turned out really well, and I think you'll agree when you go see the film that particular scene will really excite you.
I gotta say, my favorite scene would be when I got out of my computer shell and had to act like a human.
Mm-hmm.
It was a new experience for me, and while it felt a little weird, I gotta say, I kind of enjoyed it.
So Sean, how did you balance directing and acting?
Well, it was tough. But I think I mentioned I had the best casting crew. Everybody really came together and did what needed to be done, and it got pretty touch and go in spots, but it was really down to, the casting crew were super supportive.
Honestly, I think Sean did an alright job balancing the two jobs, but I don't doubt that I could have done better.
So 1 through 7, do you have any future projects coming up?
I've got a big role coming up in the new Star Wars movie. I won't say much, but you'll hear me beeping in the background.
Look at her, second role, already going to Star Wars.
It's amazing. So how do you guys think your fans will react?
Well, I don't know what our fan base is like already, but I'm sure it'll grow with this movie. I hope so, at least. I hope people really like it.
I'm 90% sure my fans will be pleased with my performance in this film. However, the other 10% are just my judgmental aunts from Apple, so that's fine.
Well, it was a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I've been Candace Miller from Movies Tomorrow. I'll see you next week.